Adrian Smith now. Approaching the finishing line. The time is 32.9. He's third. Smith's not far behind. He touches down now in 35.42. He's fifth. And a touch of the Sigmarsons from Thorson, and from Smith a more philosophical approach.
There's 8 different events, and I've tried to balance them so that everyone has a fair crack. And obviously this one isn't one of my best ones, but if I can be average on all of them and good on the good ones, I'll finish well.
Do you have your game plan in place already for the whole competition?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So are you on schedule?
Yeah, I think so.
A quietly confident Smith. But there's a mean man in town. The children love him, and the other competitors know he's the one to beat here. Facing Wilson in this final heat is Ilkka Niemistö of Finland, 9 stones lighter than the American, and at 46, 10 years older than him.
USA, Ilkka Niemistö, Finland. On your marks and get set.
This then a battle between two hugely popular men. O.D. Wilson in a much more upright position and staggering around as he drives forward. Niemistö preferring to stay close to the ground.
Yes, Niemisto's got a good technique, but there's no technique at all on O.D. Wilson. This is just sheer power what's pulling this truck down here.
But this is giving him a fast time, 22 seconds on the clock.
This is really fast.
And he touches down now, 25.04 seconds to win. And Niemistö over in 35.62 seconds. Delight for Wilson, disappointment for Niemistö. So the truck pool favourite Sigmarsson has to make do with third place, while Van den Bosch finishes a powerful second behind the mighty muscleman from America, O.D. Wilson.
Is there a danger with a guy of your size that you burn yourself up too early on?
Well, if you're not in shape, it's always a danger, whether you're this size or small. But I'm weighing 184 kilos. I'm in pretty good shape for a guy that weight, so no, I have no problem in burning myself up or anything like that. So I'm doing great.
What's the game plan?
Just to compete and have a good time. That's basically it.
And O.D. seems to be doing just that, having opened a 2-point lead after 2 events. Charling van den Bosch has moved to second at the expense of Adrian Smith, and while John Paul Sigmarsson has leapt into 4th place, he's still 6 points behind O.D. For event 3, we move to the edge of Joensuu and Lake Päijäselkä. This naturally sandy cove is popular for bathing and boating.
Successive generations here in North Karelia have used boats like this to take the entire family across the lake to church. Well, we're trying to reenact tradition today because it takes strong men to lift these down to the waterside. We're asking our competitors to lift this boat 40 feet long off its blocks. Only to make things worse, we're increasing the weights inside at every turn.
Tactical awareness will play a major part in this event, as competitors are allowed only 6 lifts in front of this large crowd. They must decide which weights to attempt and which to decline in order to reach their limit without wasting lifts. We join Adrian Smith, about to attempt 800 kilos, that's over 3/4 of a ton.
Adrian Smith, prepare to lift. In your own time. Lift.
What we're looking for here is the trestle legs leaving the floor. The black and white legs. Like that.
Yes, success for Adrian at 800 kilos at the type of event he enjoys. Well, there are only 3 competitors left, so let's now join John Paul Sigmarsson going for the same weight on his 4th lift. But he's been struggling with a shoulder injury. Oh, he seems to be in real pain.
Looks like they're going to alter the stands to try and get John Paul more comfortable under the apparatus.
Well, he has 90 seconds. He's well within the limit.
Oh, that's a much better lift.
Yes, the correct position and sheer guts carrying John Paul through. Well, now the weight increases to 825 kilos. And Ilkka's team supports in different ways. A prayer from his wife, a slap in the face from his coach to psych up the Finnish champion.
Oh, Namisto looks purpose-built for this. A very comfortable lift.
Now O.D. Wilson, same weight again, his fourth lift.
Oh, that's just sheer back power.
Great appreciation for the strength of O.D. Wilson, having lifted the equivalent of a family-sized car on his back. But it's getting heavier all the time, and as John Paul Sigmason elects to increase his weight to 850 kilos for lift number 5, he's playing a game of poker with his rivals.
John Paul Sigmason, prepare to lift in your own time. Lift!
Seems to have found a good lifting position this time again.
Yes, this is more like it from the former champion. But others are still in the hunt. Henning Thorsen is using his final lift to match John Paul's 850 kilos.
Henning looks cramped under the apparatus and it doesn't look comfortable to me. Back just seems too arched.
No, he's had enough. He's out. Disappointment for the Dane, but Britain's Adrian Smith is now attempting 850 kilos with his final lift.
Adrian's looked so good up to now. I think he should have saved a few lifts and gone a little bit heavier than this.
Final lift for Adrian Smith. Adrian Smith, prepare to lift in your own time. Lift!
And he's playing his last card, so he must have this.
Once again, an easy lift. But that's it, he's finished now.
Yes, very comfortable, but tactically, could he have been more ambitious?
Unfortunately, because I've not seen this before, and it's a new test, I had to gamble at what lifts to take, and I didn't want to jump too far, too quickly, and pull a muscle. So I went nice and steady up to the top. I think I'd have maybe had one more lift left, but you know, I'll know if this is ever in another competition.
Final lift for John Paul as he tries to leapfrog Smith with 875 kilos.
In your own time. Lift!
Well, he needs these points very badly, Jamie.
Yes, he's got an injured shoulder and it makes you wonder whether it's worth pushing it on this first day of the competition. There's 2 more days to go. No, I think that's it. I think he's finished now. He looks hurt.
Well, not a good first day for John Paul, but he has proved before to be dangerous when he's behind.
Oh yes, I'm very good at the last few meters, usually.
You must know your own limitations and stop just short of damaging yourself. But does the thought of serious injury worry you at all?
You go almost 100%, you know, but you still think all the time about injuries. And when you feel something is going to pop, you think twice.
Yeah, it's getting tactical now. It's also getting hard. But it's going pretty well. Just let it all hang out on this last one.
Only 2 left in it now as Marku whips up the local choir to ensure Ilka has plenty of vocal backing for his final lift. The weight now is 925 kilos, over 2,000 pounds.
Not as convincing as the other lifts, but still gets green lights.
Old man, but very power.
Well, only one man can deny the Finn outright victory. That's O.D. Wilson. He's now attempting the same weight on his final lift, and the pressure's really on.
Final attempt for O.D. Wilson.
O.D.'s got his legs very wide apart to try and get lower, but I feel this is putting him in an inefficient lifting position. He looks very cramped. No, he didn't look comfortable at all. Namisto's the winner.
Jubilation where Ilka's camp as OD concedes defeat. And the 46-year-old grandfather's performance has thrilled a large crowd, hoping to see their local hero succeed on the shores of Lake Payaselka. So Namisto takes 4 points, while OD is unfaltering in his march with 7. Sigmason shares 3rd place with Adrian Smith, but the Finnish double act win the day.
When Marcus starts slapping you around the face and shouting at you, does that help inspire you?
Ottaako Markku lyö naamaa? Mä sain puolet lisää voimaa Markulta. He got half more power from that.
Next week is my turn.
So at the end of day 1, this is the overall position in the competition. That win gives Ilka Namisto 5th place, just behind John Paul Sigmason, still lacking Viking inspiration. Smith and Van den Bosch have again swapped places, but way out in front, OD Wilson, and he's looking difficult to beat.
Yeah, he's really psyched up and gone for it today, OD, but I think he knows today was his strong day and he needs those points to get a good lead, which he has done perfectly.
Mobility won't be his strong point in the days to come.
I would imagine so, no.
Adrian must be pleased with his position, lying second, just 5.5 points off the lead.
Yes, and Adrian's got some good events to come too. The mobility events. Adrian's very agile, he's one of the lightest men. So Adrian poses a real threat to the lead tomorrow.
Would you be so bold as to pick a winner at this stage?
I still think Sigmason can come through and win.
OD is also leading the popularity stakes, but what does he do when not signing autographs or pumping iron?
I'm a bodyguard by profession. I escort people around with stars and movie stars and stuff like this, and when I'm not doing that, I'm a security guard.
What sort of people are you looking after then?
I look after, you probably haven't heard of Evelyn Champagne King, Janet Jackson, Michael, and people like that.
Well, Michael Jackson himself has a very strange reputation. How do you get on with him?
He has a very strange reputation. He don't talk very much, but he seems to be intrigued with big people, so he's a real nice guy.
But certainly people won't give him hassle when you're hanging around.
No, because if they did and I let them, I'd lose my job. I can't afford to do that. But it's a lot of fun. It gets dangerous sometimes, but it's a lot of fun. And being this size, you know, I've done a few movies and things of this nature, so I'm always looking for opportunity to do something with a man. Like I said, when you're this size, you know, people be staring at you like I got everybody looking at me like, where did he come from? What is this? But I kind of like it. It's a lot of fun.
Day 2 of the competition brings us to Outokumpu, some 50 kilometers from Joensuu. The town's copper mine is the source of its wealth, and the strength and work rate of its miners here a legend. Our competitors are stepping into their shoes as they attempt to carry 270 kilos of stones over 10 meters against the clock.
A feeling of camaraderie before event number 4, but it's the calm before the storm.
So this is the first of the cardiovascular events where everything has to work together.
Yes, well, coordination also, but it's an event we never had before, so you also see who has the most brain.
Laszlo Fegete, Hungary. Charling Van den Bosch, the Netherlands. On your marks and get set.
Not only is this event against the clock, but the competitors must also load a minimum of 270 kilos into the railway trucks. Each basket will weigh 90 kilos. That's a 14-stone man.
Yes, the tall men are at an advantage putting the baskets on, whereas the short men are at a disadvantage, and both Laszlo and Charlie are very tall.
Well, Laszlo has the advantage. There's Charling's first basket going on. Oh, he seems to have hurt himself there.
Yes, it looked like an ankle or something, could have strained an ankle running back.
Well, nevertheless, he's plodding on it, but going very quickly. This is a reasonable time, and both are shoveling hard.
Yes, it's a good race, too, between both of them.
Charling, despite any injury, is turning second.
Yes, it doesn't look like the ankle's bothering him now.
Up with that final push. Basket number 2 goes on.
It's a race now for the final basket.
So where's the pain for the competitors, Jamie?
The pain must be in the legs. The legs will be really feeling it now, running back and forth with the baskets. But I'm sure the backs are very tight from the boat lift yesterday and all the day's events.
Well, for a big man, Charling's got down very well, and he's struggling. There's the clock, 1:35. The time is going to be good.